So it's begun. Queen America has shattered the Elden Ring, plunging the lands between into utter chaos. Golden Boy Godwin is dead, which is a shame too, since he was such a chill guy, and out of everyone, was perhaps the next best candidate for leadership. So now it falls to the Queen's other children to fight over the kingdom, and boy are there lots of them. Each of the demigods claimed a shard of the Elden Ring, and used it to secure their position in the various provinces of the Empire. And now, the world waits in careful anticipation for a new Elden Lord to arise, and to begin the new age. Yet in the lands between, it is strength that befits a crown, and you, an unmagical, uninspiring, maidenless commoner, bear no strength of your own merit. We'll call you Rick, and you, Rick, like all the other denizens of the lands between, must find a would-be lord to ally yourself with. Like I said before, there are plenty of options among the demigods. For starters, there's Morgoth the Grace-Given, king over Leyndell, an honorable sort, devoted to defending the Erd Tree and the Golden Order faithful. But then again, he is an omen, and as per the tenets of the Golden Order, racism is a feature, not a bug. His brother Mo isn't much better. To make matters worse, he also seems to have formed a blood cult, and you're not too keen on being his next sacrifice. Not like it matters anyway, since no one can actually figure out where he is. You could consider Miquella. Next to Godwin, he's by far the most beloved of America's children. Granted, you'd have to get over the fact that you'd be taking orders from a kid. But as far as your other options go, it's not too bad. Who knows, out of all the other demigods, Miquella might be the perfect ruler that this land needs. Well, crap. The third best option, of course, would be General Radahn over in Caelid. He's no Godwin or Miquella, but he is powerful enough, and even going by the moniker of Starscourge, for his feat of halting the cosmos, and by doing so, stopping fate itself. Yes, if it's strength you're seeking, then there's none stronger than General Radahn. Well, you finally came to a decision, and found yourself a lord to serve. He isn't much, but compared to what's left in the lands between, you could do worse. Between snake cults, puppet witches, and mad scholars, you chose Godrick the Grafted. He's certainly not the strongest in the land. In fact, if you had to be honest, he's a bit of a coward. Okay, he's very much a coward. But much like you, he's slowly working his way up in the world. Ever since he discovered the art of grafting, he's become a much more imposing force of Limgrave. And besides, you both share a name. You are now Rick, Soldier of Godrick, and with every foe you felled, you too have grown stronger. The shattering war rages on, until finally the dust settles, and the world enters an era of stagnation. The demigods are all at a stalemate, each one keeping to their own little corner of the world, desperately trying to increase their own power through the strength of their great runes. Yet a new challenger is beginning to enter the battle. There are reports of ships being spotted just off from Limgrave's western shore. Lowly tarnished, banished from the kingdom long ago, have finally returned. Prophecy states that one of them will become Elden Lord. But prophecy is rather malleable in the lands between. Godrick himself has taken an interest in these forlorn tarnished. It is hard to tell why, but perhaps if he can get his hands on a tarnished and graft one onto himself, then he might be able to share in their fate and become the next Elden Lord. Suddenly you receive a new mission from Godrick himself. Your orders are to lead a small troop to guard the cavern in South Limgrave. Your goal is simple. Slay any and all tarnished who come your way. If they resurrect, then cut them down again. Once their grace leaves them, and they fall for the last time, then they'll be able to be grafted onto Godrick, the Great Spider. You lead your troop to the caves, and take your positions. Sure enough, it doesn't take long for a tarnished warrior to arrive. As the sounds of grunts, sword strikes, and despairing cries of your men draw closer, you prepare yourself for your great battle. You did not make it this far to perish now. You ready your sword, bold in the face of destiny, to cut down these lowly pillagers emboldened by the flame of ambition. And who better to do it than you? For you are Rick, Soldier of Godrick.